Hey folks, this is just a quick video to show you what Phantasy Star on the Sega Master System looks like. I'm using the SMS Power retranslation of the original Japanese Sega Mark III edition instead of the 3 or 4 US versions I own. Why? Well, improved translation and the music is so much better. Just listen, it's so much nicer. But, let me show you a little bit about the game. We have 5 slots you can save in. My party as it currently stands. You can go into buildings and talk to people. Talk to people that are just standing, you walk into them. You have your stat menu. You can pretty much save any time out of combat. Certain magic spells can be used any time. You have items such as the dungeon key and compass that can be used pretty much any time, depending on what it means to be used. Searchlight is like a torch. Passport is a story item. Dungeon key is a story item. The compass is a story item. MST is our money. Road pass, another story item. Search works once or twice. Magic for things like healing and all that. Stats shows your equipment. And if any of you have ever seen the official US translation, you can tell this is so much better that way as well. Here, Lisa is level 14. Attack of 65, defense 128. 132 hit points, maximum, 32 maximum magic points with 1836 Messina. We have various gear equipped. Another button shows you the magic. Yes, the translation isn't perfect. They're calling it transrate. It's translate. So let's go out and get into a few fights and I'll show you what a dungeon looks like. You can talk to some of the creatures, usually sentient looking ones. That's where the translate spell can sometimes come into play. Gain your XPs. Notice this is a game from 1987 on a console. Animated water. And even animated backgrounds. And the monsters have spot animation. Weapons have animation. And just to think, this game fit on a 4 megabit cartridge. Roughly 512 kilobytes. This would have been the equivalent of not even a complete low density 3.5-inch floppy disk. And some of these chests are trapped, but not this one. Let me show you a dungeon. And that'll be all we really need to see so you can know what this game looks like. Tylon's got a gun. He does light damage but hits everything. Lisa and Mayao have close combat weapons. They just hit straight on. Pitch black, I can't see what I'm viewing. This is where the searchlight comes into play. Now I can see, but the door's locked. So I have to use the dungeon key. doesn't use it automatically, but again, the age. And the compass has a handy use in here too. There's no auto map in this edition. Apparently in the PS2 remake that stayed in Japan, there's an auto mapper. And there's no coordinate system either, so it makes mapping a little tough, but if you have the compass, it's not too bad. And these days, everybody's mapped it out all online anyways. Yep, 1987, and it's got scrolling and animated movement. Step movement like classic games like Wizardry, Bard's Tale, Dungeon Master, Eye of the Beholder. But again, this is an 8-bit system from on a game from 1987, and look how amazing it is. Technically, this is probably the most impressive RPG of its age. The only game of 1987 that could have come close would have been Dungeon Master. And you needed what at that time would have been a $400 to $700 home computer. The Atari ST. And a couple years later, like I think about a year or two, the Amiga. Smooth scrolling. Sadly, there's no real detail on the walls, and I think pretty much they all have the same color. But still, for its time, this is really amazing. So, I've shown you what Phantasy Star is like. Maybe this will make some of you want to go play it. I'm doing this video partially as an addendum to a possible Let's Play I might be doing. I haven't decided yet. Take it easy.